going into the future here, this next half of a decade, 2025 and beyond, 25 specifically, who will actually be selling next year? Connecticut saw a recession in home sales. The market was very locked up. We have 65% less inventory than we had pre-pandemic. Okay. So who's actually going to be putting their house on the market during these conditions going into 2025? There's been a survey that's been done, over 1,500 homeowners across the U.S. This was conducted on November 19th and 20th, so recent data. And what's the data showing us, Chaz?
It's showing us that nearly 1 out of 5 current homeowners say they are considering selling their home in the next 12 months. And to the big surprise, right, because we were kind of hinting at the silver tsunami, it's not the older baby boomers who have lived in their current home a long time and either own their home outright or have accrued significant equity. Rather, it's the homeowners most likely to sell in 2025 are the ones who bought recently and now need to move due to changing financial or family circumstances. So it's what you always talk about. Like, let's say you bought in 2020, young newlywed couple, and now you have, what do you say, diplomas, diamonds, diapers, death, right? Like those are the reasons move.
Diplomas, diapers, diamonds, death, and divorce.
Divorce, that was the other one. But
hopefully
yeah, so
some of those on the list that are not going to be in the cards for you in 2000, anybody in 2025. Maybe diamonds would be exciting, or maybe diapers doesn't sound exciting, but it could be exciting for other reasons.
I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of engagement photos at the old Stonington lobster trap. You see those?
I have not seen them. Where are those at?
So you know how every year Stonington does like the big like lobster tree, basically, or the
Okay.
buoy tree. Yeah, everyone's getting engaged under those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So haven't been there. Don't go.
Hot spot for engagement. If you're
Yep.
looking to get an engagement and be like everybody else, do the lobster trap. Is it the lobster trap?
The lobster trap tree. I think it's something like
Trap
that.
tree in Stonington.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, almost 25% of these homeowners have lived in their homes for less than 5 years.
Yeah, that's the interesting part.
Yeah.
When surveyed, homeowners who are, planning to sell, a third of them, 32.2%, a third have lived in their home for less than 5 years. So you get a house during, COVID, wow, low interest rate, whatever, and then you realize like the house is too small, or I'm not going to be able to work from home as much. I actually need to live over here, or life has just changed, and so I've got all this equity, I can afford to do the move. So a third of people planning to sell are in the home for less than 5 years. Okay. Only 21% of people who have been in the home less than 5 years are absolutely not planning to sell. Okay. So 5 to 9 years, you actually have 30.8% of that category planning to sell. 21% that have lived in their home 5 to 9 years not planning to sell. So those two categories are very similar. When you get to 10 plus years in the home, this is where you realize, hey, boomers are not going to be selling their home in 2025 at a really large scale number, which might surprise some people. So 10 plus years in the home, there's 37% planning to sell, but there's 57% that are absolutely not planning to sell. Well, it's not in the cards, will not do it. Nothing can change their mind. So, Chaz, break down the age now, because even if you bought in the last 5 years, doesn't mean you're a boomer or not a boomer, whatever, right? Or a millennial or what have you. So, what are the age demos of people who are actually planning to sell, and what percentage of 60 and over, we'll say, are planning to sell?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the shares of homeowners who are planning to sell in 2025, under 30 crowd, you're coming in at 21.5%. 30 to 39, 26.8%. 40 to 49, leading the charge. And I can get on board with this because, again, if I'm thinking back 5 years, let's say you're 40 now, you were 35, probably starting a family, family's growing, or you're moving up in your career. 28% of people age 40 to 49 are planning to sell in 2025. And then we see the big drop off. 50 to 59, only 17.9% of people
Well,
are planning to sell.
big drop off in comparison to the other three categories. But if you include under, 59 and under planning to sell, that's 88% of sellers. If you take out 50 to 59 and you say now under 50, if you go under 50, you're talking about 70% of homeowners who are
Mhm.
planning to sell in 25 are under the age of 50. So life circumstance. So that leaves you only 12% of homeowners who are over the age of or 60 or over are planning to sell. 6.7% of homeowners who are planning to sell in 25 are in that 60 to 69 age category. And then 70 and over, only 5.4%.
Wow.
So the theory of, hey, there's going to be this older demo that wants to sell the house they've been in for a long time, go find something more, walkable or enjoy it, whatever the case may be at that, next chapter of the life. Not going to see it in 2025. It's going to be really dictated by life decisions. And they outline the reasons why people are planning to sell, Chaz.
Yeah, so, to no surprise, big reason people are planning to sell, people in their 30s, 34.4% of them are planning to sell for family reasons, and people in their 40s, 43.8% of them are planning to sell for family reasons. Next category, job reasons. People in their 30s progressing into their careers, 36.7 are planning to sell because of job reasons, and people in their 40s, 25.8% are planning to sell because of job reasons. And then this is where it gets into the point you just made, like the idea of moving because it's more convenient or you want to be close to downtown. So, people in their 30s, only 10% of them are planning to sell for lifestyle reasons, and for people in their 40s, 11.2% for lifestyle reasons. So, it's definitely a more practical reason they're looking to sell versus a, enjoyment reason. All right, wanted a bigger home, outgrew the current home they're in. People in their 30s, 12.2% of people are selling because they need a bigger home. And in people in their 40s, only 9% are moving because they wanted a bigger home. And then they have this other category, not really sure like what other would entail, but for people in their 30s, only 6.7% of are planning to sell for not one of the four major reasons we mentioned before. And people in their 40s, 10.2 are going to be selling in 2025 for reasons other than the big four that we went through and mentioned.
Yeah, if there is there anything that can make you sell your home right now, and respondents could choose more than one answer in this category. If interest rates came down further, I would consider selling my home. That's only 5% of the category there.
That seems small to
Uh,
me.
yeah, if I don't have to go through the hassle, 6.5%, the hassle of selling and listing and all of that. Um, so small categories there. If there was another home to buy, now this is where it jumps up, and this is where people in Connect like I would sell, but there's like nothing I've seen that is even come on the market to consider. That's 25.5%. If someone offered me the right price, I would consider selling my home. 30.5. That's the one. If like you're in that category, hey, if somebody offered me the right price, you might be shocked right now what somebody
Mhm.
would overpay for your home. And if you're in that category, certainly just have a conversation so you have all the data at your fingertips with us, oneteamct.com, ONETEAMCT.com. Just say, hey, I want Byron and Chaz to give me my shocking overpay price that someone is willing to pay. And then you can make a decision if that makes sense to take that type of an offer. And then there's 51.4% that said nothing could make me sell my home right now. Absolutely nothing would make me sell my home right now.
I
So
feel like I fall into that category only because of I bought my home in 2019, how much it's appreciated, and I'm locked in at 2.5. So I'm like, I just really couldn't wrap my brain around going to like a 6% interest rate and having to pay what my house is worth now.
you just like jogging down the Giants next beach, Jim. Come on,
That's
Chaz.
true too.
It's,
I mean, yeah, the advantages.
Chaz is in a beautiful beach community in Niantic, so locked in under 3%. Makes sense why Chaz is not going to be a seller